The main shopping tourist district in town is St. George Street. It's an old street that now is a pedestrian walkway that has all the fun souvenirs, restaurants, everything that you could look for, I think, in any good tourist town. I mean, it even has a pepper palace. Right on St. George Street, the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the USA. Sitting right there. Grr, come get tortured. Grr. Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
And Joy Nightingale.
And today we've landed right here in St. Augustine, Florida.
Oh yeah.
Now we're gonna go to an interesting museum. Now we want to just warn you beforehand. Might not be a video for everyone. It's a medieval torture museum, so there's going to be some gore, some violence. So we just wanted to give you all a heads up before getting into this video, because it might not be for anyone. So we just wanted to warn you, but it's going to be interesting at least.
I think so.
So step right up. Let's go for this ride. Medieval torch collection and micro masterpiece art gallery. That's an interesting combination. Or again, torture, giving us stares. Wild boar masks. Oh yeah, this looks promising. Entrance. You have been warned. So nice for a torture museum.
So thank you.
The ambience in here and theming is quite nice, actually. He lost his head in the guillotine, and he found it. Oh, hand torture. Looks like they're pulling his fingernails off. This one's being burned and battered. This one, they're just removing his fingers. Joy, what implement would you cut off the fingers with? Would you like to do it quick with scissors? Or do you want to crush them?
Crush.
Hey buddy, can you lend me a hand? I think I nailed that joke. The wheel. You would think that you would just get rolled down the hill. No, they would just tie you in these crazy positions and break your bones. They didn't usually leave you to rot till you turned into a skeleton, though. And this wheel was mainly used as torture in Germany and France. Shame masks used to punish humans for gossip, eavesdropping, gluttony, and drunkenness. I just wonder, would the boar be gluttony? And I want to say the guy with the funny nose has to be drunkenness, because yeah, it looks like a clown. The Sicilian Ball. Imagine, you would say, what's this do? They would open this little door, put you in there, heat up. So you roasted in the Sicilian Ball. This was used in the 6th century by tyrant Valerius. I wonder, do you think this is Hank Hill's favorite museum because it's propane accessories? He said, no, this thing doesn't look that bad. The breast pulper would be often heated so it was glowing hot, and it was used to tear or crush women's breasts off that were convicted of witchcraft or having an abortion. Joy, what are you doing? You're going to torture some people here at the Torture Museum? I couldn't fathom being just locked in a cage and hung, waiting till you die and rot. Me crush. Use big sword and hammer. Roar. Public punishment for alcoholic and brawlers. They just put you in the cold water barrel. So you already pickled your liver. Now they pickle you. Joy, what did you do? You got the Medal of Drunkenness from the Russian Tsar Peter the Great in 1714. Now you have to walk around with this 17-pound medal around your neck So bar owners know not to serve you, and you... What am I gonna do with you? The witch's weighing. Guess they would just weigh you to see how much you are if you were an angel, a saint, a knight, a witch, a goblin, an imp. Joe, let's see if you get to be hung. Okay, you're good. You're a saint. You don't get killed.
Yes.
How ironic. The metal gossiper's violin. And in this, she can still talk to spread gossip, but she can't play the violin. I wonder what this saw was used for, cutting down trees. Oh no, the hand saw. And you would think, oh, maybe it's just used to cut off your hand, which is what I would first think. No. This was actually used to saw you in half. No. Locked in a cage or hand saw, which is worse? The Spanish donkey. To torture women believed to be witches, they'd have to sit on this horse at this weird angle with weights pulling at them. Good old tongue cutting. You gotta love the classics. Burned at the stake. I think it's interesting that people always think the people that were, the women that were killed in Salem, Massachusetts were burned at the stake, but they weren't. Most of them were just hung, some were crushed. This still is one of my favorite tortures. They put the rat in a cage on your chest, and to escape, the rat eats his way out through you. So they technically didn't kill you, it's a rat's fault. Dirty witch, use a witch's bath. Just look, my witch is all clean. You think he's gonna lob that one off and get a home run? It looks like it's a double header. Put him in the Iron Maiden. Excellent. Execute them. Also known as the Nuremberg Virgin. Impalement. Am I the only one that thinks of that scene in Aliens, or does anyone else see that? You would think the vice for the head would be enough, but no, they're also vicing his fingers at the same time. It's like he just can't reach to release that pressure. Heretics' forks. Used by the European Inquisitions to force apostates to plead guilty. So imagine you start getting tired, you go to lower your head down, stab yourself with the fork. Have to hold it up, go to lower, stab yourself with the fork. Punishment for gambling. You just got some giant dice and playing cards. Leaving the guilty at the mercy of the crowd. You just have to drag them around. Be embarrassed. It's not terrible. Guillotine. Are you ready? Nothing worth losing your head over. Flagellation. People were beating by many ways and weapons.
No way.
We have some chastity belts here. At least this one they decorated with a little flower and a heart. The pear of anguish, invented in the 16th century by a French bandit, designed to torture, let's say, lower regions, which stretch and tear, let's say, the front and back of women and the back of men. They put that sign there for me. But I want to sit in the armchair of inquiries. Reminds me of the movie Seven. What's in the box? What's in the box? There's only one way to find out. Pull. Oh, okay. Yeah. It is like that movie. His head's in the box. Being an old wrestling fan, it makes me think of Al Snow. He always wanted a head.
Hey, dude. What's up?
I went to take a photo of the heads, and my camera asked me if I wanted to use food mode. No, I don't want to use food mode to photograph human heads. If you don't want to be tortured, make sure you subscribe to Joe and Joy Have Landed. Like this video. Otherwise, I'd put you in the stocks. Hit the little bell so you know when there's more videos. Otherwise, you get the breast ripper. You don't want the breast ripper.
Joe, through all the torture in that torture museum, can we get something to make it sweet and all better for me?
I know a spot to go.
Let's go then.
Once upon a time in St. Augustine, Florida, the Hippo pops. Are you a hungry hippo? Escaping the heat with horchata from Hippo Ice Pops.
It looks amazing. The cinnamon, and it feels like I could be drinking it, but just obviously eating it, like a regular horchata. This is crazy.
So I'll take that as you like it.
Yes, like some things like you're just afraid like it's not gonna be what you know it to be, and it'll be like a disappointment, like a letdown. But now this is not a letdown at all.
Very cool. I had faith when she said made from all real ingredients. I'm like, that's good. I like all real ingredients. I'm having the Mexican hot chocolate. I was warned, it's spicy. A little spicy, not really. But no, it's beautiful flavors of chocolate, cayenne, cinnamon. This has to be the best popsicle I've ever had in my life.
Such a good choice.
And what I liked is, ours are dairy based, but not all of them were. Some were just all fruit based. So if that's what you're into, they have those options too. I definitely give it our seal of approval. So we wanted to just thank you for having us at your torture museum. It was quite educational.
Yep.
Very disturbing.
Yep.
But I have to say though, it was the biggest torture museum I've ever seen. Some restaurants if I have one, but I've never been. I heard it's one of the biggest torture museums there are out there.
I definitely see why.
Yeah. So I have to say though, it might not be for everyone, but if it is your thing, you ain't gonna find a better one. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. It tortured me having to leave. My bad jokes torture Joy, and you too. Those are for free though. All right, I think we call it though.
Yes.
In St. Augustine, the Torture Museum. Been there, done that. Remember, for safe travel.
Goodie.
Live life.
Say bye, George. Bye, George.